Wait for it. Wait for it, Vam. I don't want to spoil it. Perchance you are curious about the duelist's declared target? It so happens I have identified the weapon in question. The treaty blade is part of an Ishgardian noble's collection. Or was, I should say. It has not yet been stolen. It's been purchased by an old Dawn collector, the wife of a wealthy merchant living in Vesser Bay. Suffice it to say, I would be remiss in my duties as a reporter were I to not investigate her. And should the duelist strike while I am present? Well, I hope I needn't explain that a good opportunity that would be. Ingratiating myself to her may prove to be the greatest challenge, though. I'm told she is a difficult woman to please. Fortunately, I am also told that she has a fondness of rare flowers, the sort Tutusi Cup dry bone sells. You can come along if you'd like. Yeah, this questline is really... it's got its own sense of humor, and it's not everyone's sense of humor. I appreciate it, but it also has some interesting call-outs. I guess callbacks also works. Here you are, miss. Thank you for your patronage. The love and money that you killed him. Ooh. She gone mad? That was an Amalja arrow in his back. I don't even know how to shoot a bow. Amalja don't shoot on fleeing unarmed merchants. They capture and temper them. Not that you or your victim make for convincing merchants. If you're going to misrepresent yourself, put some effort into it. Wear gloves for God's sakes. And at least don't wave your hands in front of my face. Calluses on your fingers betray you as a veteran archer. Doubtless you used your skills to great effect 5 years ago, as did your partner. So can I ask, is it because he took from you your share, or your sister? Don't touch a man's kin. He knew that, and yet he... Damn, thought he did it for the money. You too. It's all yours. Yes, of course. Thank you for the help, Inspector. He's competent. But when did investigating crimes become such a popular profession? It's not his job, you know. He just likes doing it. He belongs to one of Ishgard's high houses. Some say he's a baron. Not at all like that buffoon Hildibrand, don't you think? Try not to think about Hildibrand. We should get going. Lady Durilda will not take kindly to wilted flowers. Spur Bay. I want to go around to the stairs. Again? As I told the last 20 who came here, if you come looking for my work, you were too late. Even if I were in need of an additional security, I would not deign to hire a common adventurer. Now remove yourself from my sight before I have you removed. What if I give you flowers? Really think I could be so easily manipulated? Present the right gifts, speak the magic words, and you would earn my respect? What is more, a flower's beauty is fleeting. Value beauty which transcends the boundaries of time. Everlasting, enduring, unchanging. Like mine. Now get out. Give us, Lady Durilda. We meant no disrespect. We're afraid that you would not heed our warnings otherwise. A notorious, violent thief is plotting to steal the treaty blade. I shall come to claim the collector's blade. Yes, I've read the Mithril. I know full well of whom you speak, and that is none of your concern. I have a legion of guards at my disposal. Should he try, I will have him seized or worse. And even if by some miracle he should succeed, he will escape my wrath, for I have retained the services of a certain gentleman. Ah, but you may see for yourself. Like every piece in my collection, he has been chosen with the utmost care. Now look on, my peerless inspector, interlopers, and despair. I'll despair, all right. Ships that pass in the night, a signal shown in the darkness. The lady cries out for a guardian, and a gentleman must needs oblige. Swear to you here and now, I, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall neither slumber nor sleep until the fiend who covets the treaty blade is brought to justice. Good sir, what brings you here? Are you come in pursuit of the duelist as well? Or perchance in pursuit of me? As if you would spend a single gil... As if I would spend a single gil on an insufferable, incompetent... Be fair, you're not spending a single gil on me. Chance to investigate such an intriguing case is payment enough. Preemptive declarations of criminal intent are hardly in vogue. Sorry I'm late. Busy solving a murder. The Guardian. Consulting Inspector. At your service, milady. Hildibrand Hart. Conniving Inspector. Consulting Inspector. Flesh and saltpeter. Hildibrand, Manderville, and Makaraka, I presume. Two rank amateurs playing at a profession of which they know not. You can tell me when you've finished with these wastrels. See, I do not want nor need your help. Guardian is more than capable of overseeing the transfer. Now get out, all of you. In Maria, and where is my vase? Strange flying thing, and the vase. I dropped it in the water. It was so... That vase once belonged to the royal house of Thorn. Do you have any idea how much it was worth? Go back outside right now and search for my vase, and you are not to return until you find it. Do I make myself clear? My lady, pray allow me to go in the girl's stead. It is not safe, for she herself spoke of a ferocious wild beast. With my unmatched investigative skills, I shall swiftly locate and recover the missing vase, thereby earning your respect, at which point you will gladly grant me permission to investigate the thieving duelist. Verily, it is a plan fiendishly clever in its intricacies. If that's intricate, I don't want to know what you consider to be complicated or simplistic. Not when spoken aloud. Miss Maria, would you be so kind as to tell me exactly what happened? Up the vase and old doll like Mother said, and I was on my way home. Crossing the bridge, and then the flying thing came. I got scared, so I ran. I stopped, it was gone, but so was the vase. I think I dropped it in Alphagus Wells. Go and look, but there were scary looking things down there. I'm scared to go alone. You're no longer alone, Miss Maria. We shall go together and look for the vase. All 5 of us. You've also been conscripted, Ellie. All 4 of you. Going after Inspector Briarden. The duelist strikes, I mean to be there. But Miss Ellie! How can you ignore the plight of a young girl for the sake of a story? Because that's my job, you imbecile. We shall not be derelict in our duty to justice. Come, Nashu, we must away! What the bloody vase looks like. Maria, dear, listen, if it gets dangerous, or if you feel afraid, run to this adventurer for help. Understand? Is over here. Science of Deduction. Oh, there's 3 locations I have to go to. Okay. Hello. Talks upon that thieving demon bird. Shall rue the day he crossed paths with me. Huh? A vase? I know not of what you... God, curse this internal refuse underfoot. Every point is a dagger. Something in the water at the man's feet. Okay. I can't do anything about it. Interesting. Oh. Apparently I need to kill these. Probably for my... Yeah. This is for my, pugilist hunting log. Let me just find a couple more of those real quick while we're down here. Wanna bug off, you two? Base. Anything that falls in the water is likely to be swept downstream fairly quickly. Does this have anything to do with that queer winged beast I saw earlier? No? Never mind then. It probably does, actually. I guess that winged beast is what scared her. Where are you? Up. Girl around by earlier? I seen her. Had something in her hands, but dropped it while crossing the bridge. Didn't get a good look, but I reckon it didn't matter any road. Whatever it was, it's long gone by now. So you're supposed to start here and work your way down. Okay. Because you're supposed to go on this way. Because back when this quest came out, you couldn't do this. Curious object. Curiouser and curiouser. Do I spy the treasured vase of Lady Dorilda over... Oh, oh dear. It appears a little bit broken. Does this belong to you, child? Give me. I was so engrossed in my search that I did not notice. You search for what, pray tell? That it absconded with my weapon. I set it down for but a moment, only to see it next in the talons of that accursed creature. I gave chase, following it to these waters, and in my haste I must have stepped upon your face. Don't fret, Maria. I know it looks bad, but I'm sure Inspector Hildibrand will think of something. Shall glue it back together! Oh, but I already have, my faithful assistant. Hearken to me now, for as rising sun doth dispel the dark, so shall my solution resolve our dilemma. But first, we must gather as many fragments of the vase as we can find. His plan is going to be to glue it back together, isn't it? This is Hildibrand we're talking about here. It can't be that complicated a plan. So careless. This one taking so long. Why does this feel so familiar? Okay, why did one of them take so much longer? I guess this one's taking a little bit too. Come to present your findings, have you? Splendid. Let's have a look. Here's my pieces. Well done, my friend. This should be more than sufficient for our needs. He has performed miracles with far less, after all. Oh God. There is but one person in all Eorzea capable of reconstructing this vase. A man whose skill with the hammer has brought rival goldsmiths low. So breathtaking are his works, so fearsome his competitive spirit. This man is no mere goldsmith. You speak of him as one would a great warrior. Once a notorious gang of thieves perpetrated a series of robberies in Uldar, targeting establishments which sold luxury goods. One such shop was owned by the humble lapidary of whom you speak. Here's the last shop the thieves struck, for the following morning they were found beaten, bound, and gagged in the gold court. Brass Blades never learned who was responsible. The only information they had was the testimony of the thieves, who kept muttering the words, "The hammer, the hammer." He sounds dangerous. Eh, that he does. I do so enjoy the company of dangerous men. But where are my manners? I have yet to properly introduce myself. I am Gilgamesh, and that is my companion Enkidu. Yes, this. Well, not really. It's been many moons since I last saw her. So to ease the burden of loneliness, I tamed a rooster and painted it green. In any case, you mean to search for the goldsmith, yes? If so, it would be my pleasure to help. The pleasure is all mine, Gilligan. I, Hildibrand, an agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, bid you welcome. It is hard for you to remember. I give you leave to call me Gil. Excellent suggestion, Greg. Playful monikers are an effective means of building camaraderie. Call me Hildy. Now then, from what I know of the goldsmith's propensity to procure his materials himself, I have deduced that he is most like to be found in the vicinity of Blue Fog in northern Thanalan. It is there we shall begin our search. Oh lord. To Blue Fog. Goblin carcass. Goblin's wound indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north. I don't think it's been dead long. Maybe whoever did it is still around? Everything okay out there? Chat looks like it buffered and disconnected. Goldsmith is not to be trifled with. A basilisk wound indicate that it was felled by a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north. Single blow to the head. Impressive. His handiwork is unmistakable. This corpse is still quite warm. Okay. Just checking. The Doblin, the Basilisk, this Ahriman, all were slain with a hammer. Beast over yonder, unless I'm mistaken. Bonk. That Chimera must be his latest prize, which means he must still be about. Mayhap he is watching us at this very moment, attempting to ascertain our intentions. He was ever a cautious man when on the hunt. Alas, it comes to this. Though every fibre of my being cries out in rebellion, I must break my oath and do the unspeakable. What must you do that is so terrible? I must dance. I am a Manderville Man, doing what only a Manderville can. For the peaks of Carthus to Thanalan, Manderville Man. I cannot avert my eyes. Neither can I, God help us all. That is the dance of House Manderville, passed down from father to son. Were I to perform it within sight of our quarry, he would not be able to resist revealing himself. Alas, I neglected to properly stretch my legs beforehand. My good man, I see no other solution. You must dance in my stead. Though it be a gross, nay, unconscionable violation of my family's traditions, I must bequeath to you the Manderville. You have learned the emote Manderville dance. We are as siblings now, my constant comrade, for I have shared with you the secrets of House Manderville. Now you must use that knowledge. Go to the fallen Chimera and dance like only a Manderville can. Why do you leave his hammer there? Oh, it's stuck in the Chimera. There's multiple hammers stuck in the Chimera's heads. There. Fancy yourself a Manderville Man? You would do what only a Manderville can. Then lift your legs and put up your hands. Be a Manderville Man. Comes. No, Sag, is that you? Ho ho ho! You have not to fear from me. Not at all. The only accounts I have settle with the Chimera. But you were not drawn here by some coincidence, were you? No, you came in search of me, Godbert. Why else would you gyrate your hips in such a gentlemanly fashion, if not that? I know you. You have strong yet tender fingers. More importantly, how in the seven hells did you learn the Manderville? If it did not teach you, then who? By the grace of Thor, what sorcery is this? He yet lives? What am I watching? Hildibrand, Helidor, Maximilian Manderville! Hildibrand. 10 years since you left home. 5 since I learned of your trip to Dalamud. How long were you planning to allow your mother and father to suffer the delusion that their beloved son was dead? Son, you're Hildy's father? Godbert the goldsmith's the Manderville Man. Smithing is only a Manderville can. Oil him up and give him a 10. Fit for a Manderville Man. The songs are the greatest part. Please, father, cease your undulations at once. There are more pressing matters at hand. This antique vase must be made whole once more. For the sake of Miss Maria. That's not a cat at all. Do not worry, little one. I deal with worse cases before my morning bowel movement. Don't ask. Don't ask. Hold your applause until the end. Fire God, guide my hammer. Look how it sparkles in the twilight. How it radiates elegance. Would you all not agree that it is a work of art? Completely destroyed a priceless antique's historical value. Nonsense. I've taken a dull, unremarkable vase and transformed it into something far superior. You were paying attention, Hildy. How long has it been since you last held a hammer? Father, that is not my path. I'm an ancient of inquiry, an inspector. It is my duty to help those in need. His clothes getting ruined is a running gag. He just got new ones, too. I thought you had put away childish dreams. No matter. You'll understand in due time. No, I will not. I'm an inspector, Father. I can be naught else. Mr. Godbert, sir? I don't think my mother's gonna like what you did. She probably won't let Mr. Hildibrand help with the investigation. Cannot say for certain, can we? Mayhap she will take a liking to this reimagining. You okay there, buddy? You spoke of a thieving duelist, do you not? It so happens I am something of a duelist myself. Okay, Green Goblin. Were we to cross paths with this fellow, I would welcome the opportunity to pit my skills against his. You do as well, I should think. I see you, too, possess a strong sense of justice. Full glad am I to have met you, Greg. Now, let us return to Vesper Bay and see how our vase is received. Vesper Bay, you say? Another coincidence. I shall be traveling there on business once I have finished gathering materials. Oh, I think I might have seen the demon bird which took my weapon. Go on without me. I shall follow anon. One quick note before we do that. Fire God's Blessing. Is a move that you use at the end of crafting to increase the quality significantly. Thought that was a nice Fire God Guide My Hammer. Thought that was a nice call out. But our next step is back in Vesper Bay. I don't think she's gonna like what you did though, buddy. What's up? She likes it. There, brought you the vase. Gods, have you all no shame? Dare you make my daughter complicit in your chicanery? I don't know where you found this gaudy trash, but it bears no resemblance whatsoever to the vase I purchased. See here, Lady Dorilda. Not only did you send Maria to fetch your priceless vase alone, placing her in considerable danger should bandits or wild beasts attack, which they did, but... Gaudy trash? Lord Manderville, sir, I did not realize you had arrived. No, it is nothing compared to the lavish accommodations an esteemed gentleman such as yourself must enjoy. I pray my humble abode meets your satisfaction. Oh, it does, my lady. It does indeed. Especially that exquisite vase over yonder. Although I gather from your previous comments that you do not like my reconstruction. Your reconstruction? Oh, I don't like it. I love it. I would even go so far as to call it the new centerpiece of my Thorn Dynasty collection. Oh, what a relief. I would have been most distressed had you said otherwise. We Mandervilles do so take pride in our work and ever strive for professional perfection. Oh, but why am I repeating what my son Hildibrand doubtless told you when he offered to investigate the duelist threats? Enough expository banter, I say. I cannot recall if your son used those precise words, but I remember thinking that his help would be most welcome. You will be helping us, Inspector Hildibrand, will you not? Wait a minute. Your father is Lord Godbert Manderville, the man who took Aelon's Quiveron's seat on the Syndicate? It appears there have been a great many developments over the past 10 years of which I was completely unaware. In any case, we must direct our energies towards the investigation of the thieving duelist. My first order of business will be to review all facts with consenting Inspector Briardian. Consulting. Consulting. Why are you still here? Allow me to elucidate. Lady Dorilda has asked that we assist with the investigation. Kindly share with us all your information. Fine. Our plans have advanced to a stage that even you couldn't ruin them anyway. Commissioned several reproductions of the Treaty Blade through a merchant named Jojonpa, who traffics in counterfeit antiques. These blades have been delivered to the Observatorium, where they are being distributed amongst Lady Dorilda's sellswords. Once I give the order, they will transport them via alternate routes to Vesper Bay. Oh, I think I get it. You're hiding the real transport with a bunch of decoys, right? They're all decoys. The moment the thief strikes, all our forces will converge on his location, including those disguised as small folk along each route. The real Treaty Blade will remain in the original owner's vault until the thief has been apprehended. Everything has been accounted for. It was superfluous. Yeah, we could use more small folk to watch the roads in and out of the observatorium. Assuming you have the capacity to conduct yourself in an unassuming fashion. Fear not, my fellow inspector, for I am a master of disguise. Have you any information regarding the duelist himself? A description? Thought to ask Humphrey, did you? The thief is said to be a towering brute dressed in red who wields a halberd. Ha ha ha! A man so garishly dressed should be easy to find in snowy Carthus. Suppose you don't need our help after all, do we? Come or don't. I couldn't care less. Be seeing you. Pray forgive my lateness. Tall, brutish man, wielding a Oh, he's not wielding a halberd because it got stolen. Greg, my good man, what a pleasure to see you again. We just received new information regarding the weapon thief. A victim described him as a halberd-wielding brute dressed in a ridiculous outfit. Ridiculous outfit? Huh. Now I am intrigued. What reasons would a warrior have for wearing impractical clothing? Haha, what reasons indeed. It is enough to make a gentleman laugh. Allow me to summarize our current plan of action. Our destination is the Observatorium. Our mission is to pose as goodly small folk, in accordance with Inspector Briardian's wishes. Instructions. Naturally, should the situation demand improvisation, we are to disregard those instructions. Any questions? No? Then let us sally forth at once. This way to the observatorium. Hello. Almost didn't see you there. Hell to the fellow servant of justice. I take you as one of the many tasked with transporting a counterfeit treaty blade? Clearly you've taken me for someone else, sir. Hey, Sergeant. They're with us. More small folk. Keep an eye on them. Or else. Sir, bugger me. Don't you bloody move until I get back. I say, is this land always so inhospitable? The biting winds, the endless snows. Keeping active will help me to stay warm. Oh, and should I chance to find the thieving duelist, I will of course summon you. After administering the requisite beating. Haha. Good, you're still... There's someone else with you a moment ago. Ah, you speak of Greg. You ventured outside the gates near moments before your arrival, full eager to catch the thief, as we are. Come, Nashu. We too must answer the call of duty. Look like you actually might be useful. I should have a word with the man near these gates. We're undermanned over there. Hippity hoppity, get off my property. Get over here. See that just now? No? I don't think my eyes are playing tricks on me, but there's only one way to be sure. You wait here. Okay, bye. Inspector, over here, look. What is it, Nashu? Pray tell me what you see. Ah, I see you, demon bird. You will not escape me this time. Why, hello there, my friends. Is aught amiss? Oh, it's just Greg. For a moment I thought you might have spotted our thief. Come, Nashu, we have lingered over long. We must egress post-haste. There's not out of the order here either. No luck, You've scoured every ilm of this area to no avail. I can only conclude that, having learned that his opponent was to be the legendary Inspector Hildibrand, the duelist renounced his criminal ways and retreated into hiding. Or perhaps he is waiting patiently outside the walls for more weapons leave. That being said, should you decide to venture into the wilderness, you had best arm yourself with more than your bits. I appreciate your concern, Miss Ellie, but a gentleman should abstain from violence unless absolutely necessary. I'll fight for you, Inspector. I even found a weapon to use. By the 12, is that the self-same spear which propelled me to the Red Moon? Wherever did you find it? Buried in the stone. No? cannot ignore the will of destiny. Return it to me, Nashu. Though I will still endeavor to avoid fisticuffs, I will be duly armed should worst come to worst. Now then, we begin our search for the duelists to the east of the observatorium. Gilgip? What? It's a grill with stools and an igloo. There's no way out. Gilgamesh, where'd you go? Wherefore art thou, my nefarious nemesis? It's not the selfsame creature, but one of many. Nevertheless, I know that my weapon is nearby. You sense it too, don't you? Did the gobboy in the background just yawn too? I'm pretty sure the gobbo's in the background just yawned too. Greg, I've been meaning to ask, why do you covet this weapon so? No, see, this is a cutscene. I think part of the cutscene is the gobboy in the background yawning. If you beheld it, you would understand. In some ways it bore a resemblance to a spear, but in other respects it was quite different. No, just like a nice little touch. Crowned with a magnificent axe blade, to which was welded a musket barrel. Wherever could your weapon be? It's one of the finest weapons I added to my collection after arriving in these lands. Ah, how I yearn to reclaim it. The strongest of spears. You starting to get there, Hildy? Oh, Hildy's and Kitu's got it. That weapon of yours bears a striking resemblance to the strongest of spears. I claimed this weapon 5 years ago. Surely you can't be serious. Grr. Now you call me Shirley? No matter. Give it to me. Give it to me! This spear and I have traveled together to the very heavens, and will not relinquish it again. This spear and I have bested many a man together. I will not relinquish it again. Then we are at an impasse. cannot believe I'm saying this, but well done, Inspector. Thanks to you, we've got the weapon thief in the act. Miss Ellie, you are grossly misreading our dispute. Greg is a good, honest man who I am certain has never stolen a weapon in his life. Indeed, I have not. Every weapon I have claimed was by rights mine. Which was a trophy for besting my opponent in single combat. I believe that constitutes a confession. Seize him! Confession to what? I've done naught wrong. You're all beyond reason. Ah, yes. My plan to secure Greg's confession was utterly flawless, and his capture will be the coup de grace. Well, my plan is thus far flawless. Griffin Crossing is still impassable. Oh, hey Banshee. Yeah, I play 14 every Friday. We play as Miqo'te. This is an all-quest playthrough. Currently at 2.5 in the MSQ, and this week we are doing Hildibrand. I know who you are, even if that imbecile doesn't, so let's not mince words. Only you have the skill to face the duelist in battle. Even so, your strength alone will likely not suffice. Suggest you muster what allies you can. How you doing, Banshee? These quests are thoroughly ridiculous. Oh, you appear to have landed in Nashu? Miss Ellie? Ah, my good man, it is a relief to hear your footfalls. As you have doubtless deduced, I was unable to prevent Greg from escaping through the doors. I must leave the rest to you. Yeah, Did you see any of the stuff in the live letter today? Interesting changes coming up. They announced 6.4 and 6.45 content today. I think I did... So I have a main character that's completely caught up. I'm just doing, like, everything and trying to get more of the lore and the world on this playthrough. But, yeah, I can see people getting a little burned out. On 6.3 was... 6.3 has not been the best patch, and there has been long delays between patches of late. I get why, but... Endwalker is an amazing expansion, but I can say that it's one of those stories that it ebbs and flows a little bit, and it really ramps up towards the end. The ending is bonkers. Yes, it was I behind this doors the whole time. You took so long to arrive, I was worried you might have gotten lost. Long did I wonder what your role in this play was, the silent guardian, content to watch events with minimal interaction. At last I understand. We are fated to duel, you and I. Best me and you may have the spear. Fail, and your weapons are forfeit. Fair terms, do you not think? It will even extend them to your allies. I grant you leave to summon others. After all, it will avail you no advantage. For Gilgamesh, it is embiggening time! Trapped yourself, didn't you? I think every expansion has its strengths and weaknesses. But yeah, Shadowbringers and Endwalker were a real step up. And yes, this is why I didn't want to answer your question earlier, Vamp. The trial is literally called Battle on the Big Bridge. We are going to queue up for that. I'm going to toss an ad and a bathroom break, and I will be right back. Looks like we got a little time to wait on the adventures of Greg until we get into Battle on the Big Bridge, so suppose we'll work on Crystal Tower progression. Battle on the Big Bridge is soloable. Eventually. I don't know the min level you're going to need to solo it, but I know that I have soloed it on a Sage. Found you. Could I be so stupid? Sneaking into a bandit's lair, it's just not the sort of thing I do. And now I'm gonna die for it. No, I just need to calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm gonna stand up, and I'm gonna walk out of here. Here we go. Hi. Yag! I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll leave and never come back? Archon? Is it really you? But how did you find me? Can you smell fear? Actually, ignore that smell. I expect you're wondering why I'm here? It's just in the process of retrieving some stolen other sand, which Biggs and I need for our research, as it happens. It was, I concede, perhaps a touch foolish. Nearly fatal. But I did succeed in snatching the stuff from my bodyguard before my bodyguard ran away, and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes and what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it. Anyway, the important thing is that the stolen other sand is right here in my no. Dear. Must have fallen out when I was taking evasive maneuvers. It seems I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. You'll find the other sand in my set? Thank the gods. You're a true friend, Archon. Hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. Bandits don't seem to care much for visitors. Let's find us some other sand. Wait time, 12 minutes. Why do I have a feeling it's likely to be longer than that? Oh, right, because that's my luck. Found the other sand. That was super duper easy. Then again, I am level 64. Okay. You had any luck locating the other sand? Yep, right here. Yes, that's it. I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news. What's that? You're also on a mission to collect other sand? You're working with the chief? Your trove of elegant knowledge, you say? I see. Then you should really be the one to have this. Biggs and I are far from exhausting all possible avenues of airship innovation, but it sounds as if your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition of yours sounds jolly interesting, I must say. I'm half inclined to join you. In fact, I think I will. An adventure worth the chief time must be worth a look. Right, I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind. And you should return to Mordenau with that other sand before there are any more, little mishaps. Be sure to keep a close eye on your pockets, Archon. I'm assuming... I mean, I haven't really played any Final Fantasies pre-7. I'm assuming Gilgamesh appears in one and there's a battle. That's where the battle on the Big Bridge saga is from. Ah, Archon, you have returned. I take from your presence that you were successful in procuring us some other sand. Tell me, which variety did you find? Fire and earth. See. Two varieties. Well, it is two more than could be reasonably expected, and two less than I hoped you would say. Forgive my flippancy. You have done well, truly. If all goes to plan, we need no longer fear death by fire or earth. Master Garland, if you would be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals. I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, how in the Seven Hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend. I know only too well how capable you are, but other sand isn't something you simply find gathering dust in the back of a merchant's rare gem cabinet. Had help from Biggs and Wedge? Trust them to design a revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. How's a genius meant to rest on his laurels when employees are so damnably inventive, eh? Now they're determined to join us, are they? Typical. Just, of course. It will be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavor to cure the two remaining varieties of other sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Rembros, have we any information on whether where the water or wind aspected types might be hiding? Not as of yet, but I have made certain arrangements. You shall soon see if my efforts have borne fruit. Forgive me for observing, but you seem less enthusiastic about that prospect. There's a complication. I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition. Mayhap an explanation is in order, but first let us savor the preliminary victory that Archon has won for our cause, if only for a moment. I'm going to need a bunch of materia. next step on the relic weapon requires a ton of materia. Yes, yes, I must speak of the arrangements I have made to acquire the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand. Some days ago I asked a Charlian acquaintance of mine to travel to Gridania and there gather the necessary materials. Since that time, however, I have heard nary a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have time to investigate his fate. As I've mentioned before, the more we delay our expedition, the more likely it is that the Crystal Tower's secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I assigned to my friend. Travel to the Black Shroud and seek out Parsimontet, the master of the markets in Gridania. If anyone knows where other sand might be bought, it is he. Literally said that 2 minutes ago, and I already forgot. Starting to think 12 minutes might have been a underestimate. Gunbreaker, Parsimontet. Parsimontet's over here, isn't he? Oh? Oh, that's what I say. Give me a team. Oh, over in the markets. Oh, right, Parsimontet. It's the one that gives us the quest to explore these markets. Someone has their Enkidu pet. There we go. That'll do. I guess we'll pick up here when next we have to take a break. Almost exactly 12 minutes. Come on, tank. Hit the button. Thank you. Recognize the music? Button.
I admit it. Fighting all 8 of you is just too much for me. Not? Ha! I lied! Everything! Why, I've been hurt! This is far from the strongest of spears. I feel so brave. Goodness gracious. I, just remembered something.
What the hell?
I must say, I quite enjoy these tussles. I feel we've gained an understanding. An understanding that I will pound you silly! Ha-ha! Rocket punch!
Oh no, I'm in Toad.
I won't go down so easily.
This time in Mini.
Well then. That's enough of a beating for now.
Sir, I was promised a I don't think that's gonna work. Sir, I was promised the weapon. Bye, Gilgamesh! Alone, yet still armed. In any case, you seem satisfied with the halberd. We will proceed with the delivery. To Vespa Bay. Oh, cool. I got their card. It is more magnificent than I imagined. To make a fine addition to my collection. Our business is concluded. Cheers. Genuinely mean that in your case, by the way. All's well that ends well, right, Inspector? It's a shame that Greg turned out to be the thief. There you are, Inspector Brereton. Why did you not wait for me at the docks? Why are you all staring at me so? Oh, never mind that. Where is my treaty blade? Dun dun dun. But didn't just give you the treaty blade? Disguise yourself as the client and let the treaty blade come to you. Take advantage of an existing situation to distract us from the real crime. Brilliant. Man in red never spoke of the treaty blade, only the halberd. Moreover, he always issued his challenges in person. Dear gods, isn't it obvious? What is like in your funny little brains? It must be so boring. Man in red did not send the challenge, then who did? Another one! I believe this is addressed to me, condescending Inspector Brearden. Piss off. 400 years have I slept, 1,000 faces do I wear. What is yours will be mine. I shall come to claim the Lapis Maiden's virtue. Many-faced phantom thief. Interesting. The design and the wording are the same as before. The thief who stole the treaty blade sent this. Very well, I, and I alone, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, once more accept your challenge. Can I help you, Briardian? You want a challenge, huh? Stand and face me, you buffoon. Can I knock over that statue? You're so silly. How dare you all laugh at a time like this? After allowing my precious treaty blade to be stolen. You, Maria. Well, I suppose it is a little funny, isn't it? The two of them dashing to and fro. A pair of gentlemen bummers. It's been far too long since we've seen a show. We should head into the city later, just you and me. Not bad, Hildy. Not bad at all. You are indeed a Manderville Man. Oh, shut up. Mark my face, O phantom of many faces, for it is the face of the elixirs. 28% of HP, up to 1440. Quick math time. The fiend dares lays claim to the fair maiden's virtue. The seeds of jealousy quicken within an inspector's soul. Can true love bloom on this battlefield? Will this Manderville man find his Manderville wife? Hildibrand return in a case of indecency. Hey, what's with the goggles those men are wearing? They look special. Maybe if I ask nicely, they'll give me a pair. Guess we'll find out next time.